Prashna Live is back. It's on the 11th of October, 8 p.m. India time, and rest of the timings are in the description box, or you can go to the community post. You will get all the details. The questions will be answered only in a yes or a no. So please make sure that you're asking questions, not with the birth details, etc. It will waste a lot of time and the opportunity for so many. There are more than 1,500 people who are going to be logging in tomorrow when this Prashna Live is taking place. So please be careful that you do not repeatedly ask the same question. So if it is meant to be answered, the divine will definitely help you answer these questions. All right. Also, I would like to tell you that there is a Maharishi Parashara conference where I'll be conducting a lecture on transits. And I'll be picking and choosing 2 or 3 charts also towards the end of the lecture for explaining the transit position. So please book your slot for Maharishi Parashara conference. Log into Parashara conference and you will get all the details about all the faculty members and the details on the dates also. When exactly is mine? It's on the 18th of November. So please do enroll yourself, hurry up because there are very few spots left. So see you there on the other side. All right. So let's start with this video on solar eclipse today. Hey viewers, welcome to VL Astrology once again. And I'm Vanita Lenka. I'm a Vedic astrologer. And today I'm going to be talking about the eclipses, which is like, first I'm going to be talking about in this video about the solar eclipse, which is happening on the 14th of October. And this is a last solar eclipse of the year. So it's a very crucial one also. We have been experiencing many events which have not been that, obviously not good, not in good taste and not in good memories. So that's because, we are in crisis situation right now, and always remember plus minus a month or so the eclipses start giving their impact, and they do have their impact. Solar eclipses for 3 months and lunar eclipses for 1 month minimum. So you can imagine how these eclipses are going to be impacting us. I'll be sharing with you what exactly is happening in the sky. The solar eclipse is happening at 26 degrees 56 minutes. That is in Chitra Nakshatra. And it's going to be in Virgo sign. So now people will get confused that why this solar eclipse is in Virgo sign, although Rahu Ketu are in the Aries Libra signs. But remember, the degree variation has to be 5 degrees. Within this 5 degrees, if an eclipse is happening, when Sun and Moon are forming that kind of relationship with either Ketu or Rahu, because in Aries, the eclipse will be happening on the 29th, which is the lunar eclipse. So you must understand that whenever the 5 degrees variation is there in that orbit, when the Sun and Moon are there, where they're crossing the nodes. Otherwise, we'll have solar eclipse, lunar eclipse every month because, we have new moon, full moons taking place every month. But they have to actually ingress in that particular zone where Rahu Ketu are in 5 degrees apart from these Sun and Moon energies, because how the story is that these luminaries were blemished, or we can say they were eclipsed by Rahu and Ketu because of the nectar churning and of course the splitting and the cutting of the head and making it into 2 parts by Lord Vishnu in the Mohini avatar. So that's the reason, they were very upset with the luminary Sun and Moon because they complained. And that's the reason they are always, eclipsed from time to time. Sometimes 4 times in a year, 6 times in a year, 7 times also I have experienced giving very bad results as well. But remember, whenever eclipses are taking place, they're just a reminder call that something is going to finish and something new is going to come up. And definitely the ego has to go, because the Sun and the Moon are the only ones who are shining bright in the sky. And, that gives us pride that, oh yes, I'm an authoritative figure. I'm doing so well in life. All that goes into your head. So to mellow that down, these eclipses come from time to time. So the best remedy for eclipses is keep your head held high, but not by ego, but by self-respect. You should always have the self-respect working, not the ego. So you must be actually, too down to earth, and also, be more charitable and humanitarian, so that you are helping the others who are actually looking for that help and they are really not privileged. So you are privileged. So just think that, you have got this chance when there are eclipses to mend your ways and be on the right track. And when it is in the Chitra Nakshatra, definitely it is going to be the aggression, but it is going to be that in that poise, in that planned manner, in the serene manner. You're going to be aggressive, but this is the time to understand the difference and the thin line that is actually between that passive and aggression, which is passive and active aggression. So that aggression has to be channelized right now. So eclipses are bad for human beings, on the living things, but they are really good for the material growth. Remember. So wherever your Virgo sign is in the chart, that is going to get impacted. So Virgo people, don't complain. It's fine. You are having that servitude attitude. That is the reason you suffer, because you are very pious from within. That is why, Virgo people keep complaining that why the readings are so bad. But remember, they have to suffer and then they get the success. Okay. So in the Virgo sign, the solar eclipse is taking place, and in the Aries sign will be the lunar eclipse. So let me start sharing with you my insights on this eclipse, also solar eclipse. First of all, I'll be sharing with you where this eclipse is happening. Okay. And too many positions which are concerned with Mars, because Saturn is heading to Mars's nakshatra right now in the Rahu's nakshatra, and Mars is in Rahu's nakshatra also. And we have Ketu in Chitra nakshatra, and Sun and Moon are going to be in Chitra nakshatra also. So, and Jupiter is retrograde and is just helping in retrogression, the water signs only, not the fiery signs. So let me just make it simpler for you. I'll explain what exactly is happening by showing you the eclipse time and everything. Okay. So see, this is like we have 3 days, 20 hours left to the eclipse, and 48 minutes also, not to forget that. And can you see this is happening where the sun is bright? Remember, solar eclipse doesn't happen if it is the night time. Always remember that. Eclipses will happen only when it is nighttime for lunar eclipse and daytime for the solar eclipse. Some people, they don't understand that also, that why it is not happening in our country, because it is not the daytime in your country. That is the reason. And if it is happening in Africa, North America, South America, Pacific, Atlantic, Arctic. So just go to this site, timeanddate.com. You will get all the details. You don't have to watch the eclipses, how they take place and everything. You will get everything about eclipses. Can you see total solar eclipse? What happens in total, partial, annular solar eclipse? I have made several videos, to explain all this also. But this is something which you can refer to all the time when you are confused about eclipses. Remember, I also learned from somewhere, right? It was not that I was born with all this. I also have learned from my gurus, from my teachers, self-educated, self-exploration, and of course, the research. That is the passion of mine. So I keep doing all this so that I can impart in a very simplistic manner what exactly are the eclipses. So just go and refer to my eclipses videos. You will get all the details there. So can you see, it's a daytime here. That is why the eclipse is happening in this zone. But in India, it's nighttime. Okay. But in India, if you see, it is going to be getting impacted also, because eclipses astrologically do have impacts. Okay. So when the eclipse is happening, solar eclipse, it's happening on the 14th of October. It is going to be starting in India time, if you see, or UTC time, if you see, all the details are here. So when is the maximum eclipse? 17:59:32 UTC. Okay, so just do plus minus wherever you are. And as per the India time, New Delhi time, it is 23:29 at night. Okay, so that is the reason it is not visible. Now, these are the places where it will be visible. So can you see where is it visible? All the details are here. Please do log into time and date. It's a beautiful site. You will get all the details here. And what all places it is happening also, that is also going to be mentioned here. Do watch this. Okay. I actually refer to this for my this thing. So that's why I'm sharing with you. Now, let me share the insights on what exactly the eclipse looks like. So this is the time when eclipse is happening. 26, just a little more, I would say. Let me just change this. Okay, 1 sec. Oh my God, there's a change here. Okay, never mind. So what is happening here? Eclipse will be happening at 23. So just a few more minutes if we move. Now, this is the time when we will be having the eclipses. Exactly at this time, 26, 56. Okay. So when moon will be just, ahead of, so this is Pratipada that begins. So we have to move little more behind and we can see the degrees, same degrees. Sun and moon have to be at the same degrees, no? Only then the eclipse will be taking place. So this is the time, basically. Exact time. Okay. So moon is just ahead of a sun. It has to be behind sun when the eclipse is exactly taking place. So can you see it's 3 degrees away from this, 4 degrees or 3 degrees away from this Ketu. That is the reason from Rahu Ketu axis. They are just away from there, but they are in that vicinity. And we have a Mars also in Swati Nakshatra ruled by Rahu, because Mars is a very important graha here, because it is going to be giving us some results because Chitra Nakshatra is ruled by Mars. So the deity is Vishwakarma, which is the divine architect. So this is the time when you can actually mend your ways. You can be your architect. You can draw that picture, whether you want to be, the one who draws beautifully your picture of life, or you want to just spoil it. So it's all in your hands. So you are going to be executing everything that you have planned in a very active manner now, in a magnificent manner. You're going to be, very hot-headed. That is why the war, etc., happens. When I'll share with you that also in a bit. But you must understand, it is going to give you too much of tirelessness. You are going to be working very strongly, and this is good for the doctors also. Intelligence, skills. You are going to be very productive. So this is a very beautiful time, and you're going to be very creative, because it is in the Virgo sign, and you're going to be in Chitra Nakshatra. Chitra Nakshatra is also in Libra sign, two pada, sorry. So that is why, this is, the heading is planned aggression. Plan your aggression well, okay? Don't lose control. Also, this will give some kind of issues in the political class. Some extramarital affairs, divorces will take place, and unpleasantness on the monetary part will be heard. So the disturbance will be in the monetary level and the political level. So that is the reason some kind of conspiracies will be taking place during this time. Some secret attacks will take place. Some terrorist activities will take place. Industrial accidents can also take place. So, and air accidents. Avoid air travels during this time. I request you, because the Libra sign is for the air travels. So you must avoid. Now you will say, why I'm talking of Libra? Because Sun and Moon are eclipsed by Ketu, and Ketu is with Mars. In Chitra Nakshatra, Sun and Moon are. That is the reason I am forming a connection with the Libra sign. Okay, because Ketu is in Libra, and that is eclipsing Sun and Moon. So there can be some sabotages, collisions, accidents, all that will increase. And if you see Venus's condition, Venus is also in the Magha Nakshatra ruled by Ketu. So female counterparts will actually experience some kind, or the film industry, glam industry, that also will suffer. The artistic people, they will also suffer. Some technical skills can be misused. Be careful about all of that, because there is a strong connection forming between Ketu and Rahu, Jupiter, and Mars. And Saturn is also in trine. So Saturn-Mars combination is about technical. So something to do with, and Saturn is also in the Shatavisha Nakshatra. So this is going to be giving you some kind of opposition, some kind of disharmony in the usage of the technical skills. So just channelize it well. Don't fall prey to the rumors about the technicalities. You have to make right kind of decisions and be more mindful. And also this will give you problems related to the harmony. Countries will have discordial relationships, and they will have a lot of aggression. Because of the Saturn energy also, you will have aggression in the masses, and there will be compulsive and obsessive behavior we will all be going through. So we have to be very mindful. We have to be meditative. We have to be very calm, and please worship Lord Hanuman right now. He only can help us all. Remember, he's the one who's going to give us all the Shakti, the power, and also the mindfulness that we have forgotten. Okay. So because he's the epitome of the powers that he had forgotten, and getting back those powers. So remind yourself, what is your power within you? Only then you will get all the positivity. It's not that it is going to be only negative. Remember, for material growth, eclipses are here for giving you upliftment also, if they are well placed in your chart and you are in the dasha also of the planets. So when this lunar eclipse happens, it mentally absorbs you, it just curtails you from making right kind of decisions. But at the end of the day, you will be successful, and you will be materially charged up also, because it's a Rahu and Moon combination which is going to happen. So the fears, the morbid fears that you have, they will mellow down. Okay. But when Ketu and Sun and Moon are involved, so this is like the eclipse, which is solar eclipse. This is about on the mundane level, if you see, it is about the community as on the whole. How is it going to be impacting each other? So this is what this eclipse is about. And if at all you're feeling little uneasy, you're feeling sorry about your own condition, so this is the time to take action and not cry or brood over the spilled milk. It's not the time to think about the past events and just brood and sulk and regret. This is not the time. So the best time is to get up, to gather yourself and move ahead. Everybody does that, of course. Time heals everything. But still, that phase which is in between phase, where you are unable to decide about your future, unable to make decisions, right kind of decisions, that is something which is the toughest. And that is when the eclipses take place, and they come as a reminder calls to us. Wake up, okay? Clear your image in your own eyes first. That is something, I have learned over a period of time, how eclipses impact you. So just as 2 cents, just take this advice. Don't think that it is going to be never over. It's just a phase, and it will definitely get over. Whenever there is something constructive and productive coming your way, you have to have that ripple forming, the ripple impact happens. Okay. So on the soul level, you will be very, very strong now, and you'll be making some significant moves once the solar eclipse gets over. Okay. And remember, these are not the times when you will be feeling the energies towards, starting anything new projects. It's like you will be confused. Actually, it's like, you can be a little confused on what you should be doing and what you should not be doing. So that's the reason, when it is about Virgo sign, it is the place where Venus debilitates and Mercury exalts. So this is going to be giving some kind of energies, stress, revolving around women counterparts in the family. So you have to take care, the female relatives. And when it is Mercury, it is about your maternal family members and your stocks, trade, shares, share market also. Do not go for heavy investments. This is not the time. And of course, it is going to get over. Nothing stays forever. Remember that. Okay. So this is what is happening here. I have explained already what exactly does this mean and how it looks, what all countries are going to get impacted the most. But astrologically, all countries and the whole world gets impacted. Remember, eclipses are always the reminder calls. Okay, do this, do that, don't do this, don't do that. Okay, so let's start with the predictive and let's do for the Aries natives first. Guiding tool. This is the guiding tool. So I'll be guiding you today for the Aries natives. How do you see this? So this is as per your, okay, let me just write it here. As per your ascendant, moon, and the Dasha sign-wise prediction. Okay, so what is this about? That you are going to be looking at your ascendant, what is your ascendant, what is your moon sign, and what Dasha you're in. Suppose you are in the Dasha of Mercury, and Mercury is in Cancer sign. So make Cancer your first house and see where the planets are transiting. See, Mercury is a long Dasha, so you can just come down to the Antar Dasha also. See where the Antardasha Lord is. Suppose Antardasha Lord is Saturn. Saturn is posited in Capricorn. So make Capricorn your first house and you will experience all the results pertaining to Capricorn also. Also remember that these are all general predictions. What the transit positions are in the sky. These are the road maps. Okay, this is happening, that is happening. So we must take it in a stride. There can be that for some signs, it is not that good a prediction. For some signs, it is good. So please accept everything which is coming your way in the predictions. There are good things also. When I'm saying something, it's just a forewarning thing. So it's all up to you how you connect it with your own horoscope also. People keep asking me how to put up the chart and, see which is the ascendant moon. See, ascendant is where AS is written, MO is moon, and Dasha sign is what your Dasha is. So please go and make your horoscope, put in your birth details, date of birth, time of birth, place of birth. These three are the main things which you have to punch in any of the software, Kundli, Hindu, Drik Panchang, Cosmic Insights, or you can also go for Jagannath Hora, which is free of cost on Windows. You can download that and you can put up your chart also. Astro Sage is also there. So you can just put up your Kundli and see where your Dasha sign Lord is. Okay. So see what Dasha you're in first of all. Okay. So you'll get to know. So this is something which is very, very basic for the newcomers who don't know what I look at, how I give the readings. So please bear with me to the ones who are waiting for their predictions, but I have to share this for everyone who is not aware of and watching me for the first time. So, and thank you so much for your blessings and the birthday wishes. Thank you in advance. And of course, I'm sure that it is going to be a beautiful year for everybody. And for me, for my family, please do keep praying and please shower your blessings, everybody. Thank you so much. And let's start with the predictive. So for Aries natives, this eclipse is happening in solar eclipse, which is happening on the 14th of October. I've given the time in the beginning part. Please do watch it. It's happening in your 6th house. So this is going to be giving you some health issues, or you can be able to combat the health issues if you're having any kind of issues till now. Also, we have to see the condition of Ketu and Mars. Now here, Ketu is in your 7th house. So this will give you some kind of forgetfulness. You can have some memory coming back and forth. You might have some problems related to the blood. Also, this is going to be giving you some issues or disharmony with your colleagues in your professional relationships. This will bring about motivation in your creative pursuits, in the professional front, but a caution is advised during the solar eclipse in your 6th house as far as your profession is concerned. Don't make hasty decisions. or don't make impulsive decision about a job change. You don't have a job in hand and you just quit. That can also happen. There can be a tug of war, maybe there is a rift which happens, with your bosses, and then you just in impulse put in your papers. That you have to be taken care of. If at all you're a competitive person, you're in the competition examination you're going to be taking, this is a good time. There will be some challenges as far as your relationship is concerned, as far as your professional partnerships is concerned. Also, there can be some misunderstandings with your partner, disagreement can be there. You have to manage it very, very sensitively. And this can bring about new matters, new insights on the same also. This will bring about some agony and grief in the family regarding your relatives and friends surrounding that also. And sometimes, I've seen people suffer with the defamation also. So be careful. Your position and your situation has to be worked through. And if at all you are having any kind of extramarital relationship, etc., this might bring that relationship into limelight. Eye disease, quarrel with the spouse, deception by the wicked people might increase in your life. So be watchful. See, these are good for starting any kind of new procedure, etc. This might help you. But at the same time, you have to be careful about your health. You don't have to ignore. Just go to the doctor who can help you and advise you. This time, you don't have to go for heavy investments. It might be bringing about some issues related to your savings and investments also. Okay. Coming to the next sign, that is Taurus. First, let me just take it Taurus. All right. So for Taurus natives, this transit is happening over your fifth house. The eclipse is happening over your fifth house, but Ketu is in your sixth house. So this will bring about some issues revolving around your children, your creativity, your relationship with on the professional front also, because it's the eighth house from the 10th. So do not at any cost lose the job or switch the job right now, change the job right now, because then this will bring about in the next 3 months a lot of uneasiness in your career. And your colleagues or your, maybe your people that you're working with or for, they might become some rivals, or they might just manipulate things. You said something and you were taken otherwise. That can also happen. So be careful about your sharing anything with others. It might just backfire, or it might just give you some kind of, wrong decision making, or you will be framed in a way. So you have to have that kind of control on whatever you're sharing with your people, thinking that, they're going to be helping you or they're going to be understanding you, which is not right. On the professional front, as well as on the personal front, there has been you have been going through a lack of cordiality or tuning. So that negligence is that is because of the negligence in relationships. So you have to go and see how you can work on the emotions part, and also how you can deal with the conflicts in a matured manner. That is something which will give you some kind of coming in terms with the partner. Also, Ketu is not that that bad in the sixth house, because that's his actual house also. So you might lose some kind of material inclinations, and you might become little spiritual, meditative also. Pranayama, etc. you will start doing. And Mars is also in your sixth house, so you will gain clothes, grains, wealth, fame, happiness because of this Mars in the sixth house. But at the same time, your health might just suffer a bit, something to do with blood related issues, something to do with eyesight, lower abdominal region also you have to be taking care of. Travels might bring about some complications or delays, or there can be some something which is not a favorable one. So you have to just read between lines what I mean. Okay. So take care and worship Lord Hanuman and recite Hanuman Chalisa. This is for everyone. Okay. We are heading to the Navratris also. So it's not that bad a phase. You have to seek the blessings of the goddess and you will be able to come out of the issues you're going through. Okay. Coming to the next sign, that is Gemini. For Gemini natives, this transit is happening over your 4th house. Okay. This eclipse, solar eclipse. And the lunar eclipse will, of course, I will make a separate video, which is going to be happening over your 11th house. So at this moment, there is a lot of irritability on the home front. You are not getting that kind of chemistry and bonding. That tuning is missing, okay, within the family because of this eclipse. So the results, you start experiencing much before. Or there is a lot of commotion, too much on your plate. Mercury is exalted also. So you will gain some wealth also during this time, but you're having too many things happening in your life. So what is happening? You're not able to focus on one thing at a time. You are, multitasking. So that is taking a toll on your health. So on your professional front, of course, this is a very good time. You're growing, you're making money, you're traveling, whatnot. But at the same time, you're burnt out. You have to take it easy. And as far as your relationship is concerned, that emotional expressions are required now. You must convey. You can't keep things to yourself and think that the other person will understand. No, it's not going to work that way. So you have to be caring. You have to be very much involved in the emotional part with your family members. The physical and mental fitness that is, required right now. You should focus on that so that, that is the stress is balanced out. You must actually do pranayam, mental and physical fitness also. You should work on that so that your stress levels come down. And Ketu is in your 5th house with Mars. So this will give you some health related issues or your children. So it gives liver related problems, jaundice, etc. happens when Mars and Ketu are in this sign of Libra in the 5th house. Sometimes, you feel that you are doing for others so much, but you're not getting what you should be getting. So that brings about a lot of negative energy in you because of your expectations. And also, this will bring about too much of negative energy as far as your mental, because this is the house of intellect also. So this might bring about untimely meals, not taking good care of yourself, some sinful deeds also. You have to follow the righteous path. If you are having some complications with your co-workers or discrimination is happening, so you have to balance those things out also. There can be that you lose some wealth because of some deception. So be careful. Some online theft happens, or somebody can just rob you with money. So that you have to be careful, very, very careful about. And association with other females might bring about defamation and dishonor to you. So be careful. Maybe there is a multiplicity in relationship, and that brings about something in the limelight, and you have to go through this dishonor. Okay. So for you, please worship Lord Hanuman, recite Hanuman Chalisa and Ganesha chants also. Om Ganganapataya Namo Namaha for 108 times every day, and till the time the eclipses get over. So till the 29th, 30th, you should be doing that. Okay. Coming to the next sign, that is Cancer. All right. So for Cancer natives, this eclipse is happening over your 3rd house. Okay. And 3rd house eclipses are not bad because this gives you courage also. If you have issues, now you will get that courage to combat those issues as well. Now here, on the professional front, it is really going to be very intense. Intense doesn't mean it's negative. Maybe, your focus is too much on your work, your career. You have lots on your plate. You have to do a lot of, goal setting and achieving those goals. Also, the projects that you have in hand might bring about some um, too much workload on you. There can be some distractions, disagreement because of the co-workers you're with. So this might bring about some relationship issue on the professional and the personal front. But at the same time, you're going to be having too much to do, too much to deal with. And Mercury is also there, and Mercury is your 12th lord. So maybe, your siblings are also having some mental issues, not that very positive for the relationship with your siblings. Also, on the career aspect, you will experience some kind of stability now, and it will give you some on the personal front also. Some you have to, the entangled relationships will get little, you're entangled or entrapped, or something that you have to deal with. Now you will be able to actually come out of that as well. So you are actually working through that, the disturbed relationships, that is causing a lot of agony to you. Now you're going to be working on that as well. So this is good if you are into meditation, yoga, you're practicing all of that. So this is going to help you. But mantra chanting and all, we don't do during the eclipses. That's the reason, the temples are shut also, because Rahu Ketu are the strongest during this time, because the luminaries who are very, very powerful are being eclipsed. So that's the reason you should never, ever during the eclipses time chant too many mantras. It's just that you should just, be in that meditative mode. Only for, few signs, because Mercury is exalted. So for Virgo, for Gemini, mantras are good. That is why recite, because Mars is your Yogakara Graha, you should recite Hanuman Chalisa. That's the safest, Chalisa is very, very safe. So you can do that as well. Okay. And of course, Mars and Ketu are in your 4th house, and 4th house gives you disturbance in the family matters. You might have some unprofitable changes against your wishes. This will bring about some inclination towards change of place, but it is not advisable to do so. Maybe you're in that process already, you're renovating your place, something is amiss. So do the Shuddhikaran, cleanse everything after the eclipse, and then start afresh. Do the renovation part, or redoing your place after doing the cleansing of the house. Okay, use the holy water, and then just sprinkle on yourself, and come out of it. Okay, the negative energies. Coming to the next sign, that is Leo. 1 second, it's not moving. Okay, Leo. So for Leo natives, this transit of Sun, Moon, and the solar eclipse, which is happening in the 2nd house. Now, see, 2nd house is about your family, food, finance, friends, your relationship, your family values. Now, this is going to be giving you some complications in your relationship to start with. In your personal life, you are going to be making some important decisions related to your profession. You might get ample career opportunities, and this will bring about your upliftment in the career also. It's not just the bad thing, but yes, for the living beings, for the relationship, it can bring about some complications as well. This will bring about some progress, some recognition at the workplace, and you might just be making some decisions related to your personal life as to your marriage, whether you want to be in this relationship or you want to just cut down on the relationship. And also, you have that complication in the intimacy with your partner. So you have to be very, very careful about, or maybe this will bring about some health issues because of the intimacy. So you have to be very, very careful about all of these. There can be some understanding about your work even deeper. So you're going to be spending more time at the workplace as compared to your time with your family during this time. Mars and Ketu are also in the Libra sign. And that's the reason the orb, which is forming this kind of eclipse this time in Virgo, it's because of the orb between Sun and Moon and Ketu. So in the third house, this will give you pilgrimages. You might just be planning some pilgrimage. You might just be thinking of professional career success. Even if it is Ketu in the third house, remember, it is actually giving you a new outlook, a new perspective towards attaining the success. Today, I am, referring some of my notes, which Dr. K.N. Rao had taught us about eclipses. So that is, you should make a note of this because, these are very important notes I'm referring to today. And when I don't, there are certain things which I'm sharing with my own experience also. So when Mars and Ketu are in the third house, you must remember that it is also going to give you some desire fulfillment, because this is a Yogakara Graha for Leo people also. Mars is the Yogakara Graha, and there's a Chitra Nakshatra where the eclipse is happening. It's an Akarant Nakshatra, so don't do auspicious tasks, or for Mahurata, never pick and choose Chitra for the next 3 months' time. And this will give you some fitness also. You might just be getting good on your health part. So that is something which is good. You might just wear new clothes. You might just buy new clothes now. Okay. But at the same time, this is also giving you some separative tendencies with your family members. It's good for a rise for your child also. Rise for in the profession if you have a grown-up child, son or daughter. So this is going to give that elevation to that child also. Okay. And we do have Saturn in the 7th house in the trine. So this, you have to work through your energies, channelize your energies towards maybe sweating, disciplined way you're working, all of that. You have to be very careful about your food habits, especially. Okay. Coming to the next sign, that is Virgo, where the eclipse is happening. Virgos are pretty much upset that nothing good is happening in their lives. But don't worry, because, Virgo, you must remember, is a sign of servitude. Okay. Till the time you serve others, maybe, you go to the Gurudwara and serve, the seva. Maybe you can go to an old age home and serve there, not with the money, not in cash, in kind. Go to an orphanage and do for somebody who is, requiring your affection. So this is what the Virgo natives should do. Maybe your own parents, the ailing parents, you look after them. Look after your own health. So these are the remedies for the eclipses and forever. You should be doing these remedies, it's going to be really helpful. Now, what is happening here? It's going to be happening over your first house. This transit of Sun, Moon, Mercury, eclipse happening over your first house. Okay. So this is a very important time to make some major decisions regarding your own personality, about your own outlook. People are just trying to suppress you, actually. So now is the time to break free, because eclipse means what? It is just, blemishing the energies of Sun and Moon, the luminaries. And what after that? They just shine. For 49 minutes, this eclipse is going to take place. After that, there will be a lot of shine. You will see that the sun's rays are much more powerful and they are much more stronger. So that means when you get bogged down by some energies, when you just gain that momentum and energy, you just are so powerful, double the power you will get. So whatever you're in the professional career, you're going to be giving that energy. Your intense focus is on the relationship. Your intensity is towards the professional growth. If you're feeling quite claustrophobic now, you're going to be suddenly crossing those hurdles. I am just not saying the good things about it. I'll come to the bad things also, don't worry. But this is a very significant move that you're going to be experiencing with this transit, this eclipse. And on the personal level also, you can have harsh tone because Mars and Ketu are in your second house. You have to cut down on that. Be careful about what you speak because you can be very, very piercing. You can be very, very hurtful. See, I know people are hurting. They are hurting you. But at the same time, Mars Ketu is just like the eruption which is happening. The inside eruption that was building, now it is going to be outside eruption. So just make sure that it is not going to take you away from your family. There can be a break in the family. There can be problems with the partner health-wise because it's the 8th house from the 7th, right? So you have to take care of your relationship with your in-laws. You have to take care of your relationship with your partner. New relationship might suffer also. So be careful about all of that and be more open-minded. Don't restrict yourself, don't be too stingy in sharing your good words to others. Ketu in the second house is not good for arguments. Do not put that. And also it is said that you lose your facial luster whenever Ketu is in the second house in transit and there's an eclipse happening. So you lose your luster. Your dental issues can come up. Also, there is a possibility that you suffer from some ill health and some humiliation by the wicked people. It said, as I said, I'm reading out from today, the notes that Dr. K.N. Rao helped us with. He taught us. So this is a very beautiful, interpretation about the eclipses. So you can lose money, you can face some problems, and some scholars will also, be helpful to you at the same time. Take the advice. Scholars doesn't mean that they're scholar, but it can be interpreted as the experts. Seek help and advice from the experts if you want to go in for investments, if you want to go for some education plan. So all that. But this is the time you have to be cautioned for the frauds which are happening on the internet. This is going to increase now. You have to be very, very careful about all of that. Be alert. Okay. Information technology is going to be misused. So be careful about that as well. Somebody is saying that we can have some health issues, COVID, etc. Somebody I just read. Yeah, new virus diseases coming, which is water or air-based. So yeah, see, it's in the Virgo sign. So definitely there has to be something to do with the health. But the healthcare industry is also going to boom, actually. That's going to be helping us, maybe some new vaccine comes in or something which is like going to be taking us out of those viruses also. So there has to be some antidote as well. Okay, so that is also quite possible. Then we have the next sign coming. So for you, Virgo, please recite Hanuman Chalisa as well as the Durga chants or the Ganesha chants. Please do that. Especially for Gemini and Virgo, I'm telling to chant during this time especially. Okay. Coming to the next sign, that is Libra. Okay, Libra. So for Libra natives, okay. So for Libra natives, this transit, this eclipse is happening over your, one sec. It's happening over your 12th house. Okay. So for Libra natives, 12th house energy is going to get active. You might become very rude, ill-tempered during this time. So be careful about that. Don't be hurtful. You might just feel a little anxious on very little things, very little and frivolous issues, actually, if you ask me. So because, your personal relationships are suffering, your relationship with your colleagues is suffering, your work is suffering. So you're feeling quite uneasy during this time because of the eclipses I'm talking about. It's not that it's a regular feature or something from a long time, but it's because of this plus minus a week, especially, you feel more. So you can be more assertive, especially in your profession and career and personal fronts. So you have to be really very, very calm during this time, even more. Put effort. I know everything is all in the mind. You can definitely change. So I know it's not easy. It's not easy, but still, we all come out of the problems, right? Ultimately, we cannot be in that same mode or same phase all throughout. So when we know that we can come out of it, so why not come out instantly? Don't drag that, that thought process for a long time. So you can be very anxious in your relationship, you can be frustrated, you can be little dominating also with this eclipse in your 12th house zone. Ketu and Mars are going to be in your first house, and this will give you some fever, pain, also something to do with your inimical relationship with people. You can be very frustrated. This can bring about some mental agony also. And this is also not a good time for driving, buying vehicles, etc. Drive very, very safely, carefully. Don't be harsh. Don't be rash, because it can bring about some issues here. Also, there can be some quarrels, some blame game can happen. So be careful about that. And this can give you some, fevers and headaches, because it's the first house. And also it can give you some digestive issues. So be careful about your digestion, eat right. And this brings about a lot of anxiety also. And Ketu in the first house will give you some unfruitful journey. So be careful about when you're traveling, as I said. And it can also give you, make you involved in some unethical means. So be careful about that also. Don't make money out of unethical means during this time. Recite Hanuman Chalisa. Please do Durga worship also, because we are heading to a Navaratri also, not to forget. Okay, coming to the next sign, that is Scorpio. All right. So we have eclipse which is happening in your 11th house, Scorpio, and we do have Mars transit through your 12th house, and Ketu is in your 12th house as well. So when we have this eclipse happening in your 11th house, this might bring about too much of energy towards your community you move around in. There can be that you can fall prey to the wrong information, and also some wrong or disastrous, I would say, move in your IT. The IT can be on the negative, because this will bring about some wrong kind of information or wrong kind of innovation, and it will bring about too much of negativity around, because of the misuse of the technology. Okay, that is something which I was looking for the word, because these are live sessions, so I was just looking for that. So this might bring about some irritability amongst your relationship. It might bring about complications in your investments. This is not the time to invest, to go for and you can fall prey to the ego clashes with people also. Okay, and if you create some good, if you've created that rapport and good name for yourself, you might just be cheated by your own people, your own colleagues, your own friends. Your own identity can suffer. So you have to be cautious about your own self as well during this time. And when Ketu is in the 12th house, so this will bring about a lot of displeasure in your peace, prosperity, pleasure. They will be missing because of the 12th house ingress. This might bring about lack of desire fulfillment also. Sorry to say that, but yes, this is not, it's like identity breach also. So you have to be careful about your, whatever you're sharing with your people. You have to be cautious about that. Okay. And of course, this is also Mars in your 12th house. So this is not good for travels. Be careful about that. And being the 6th house ruler in the 12th house, so you might suffer with some disease, anxiety. Excessive traveling might just give you a lot of health issues, or you're just wandering without any rhyme or reason. You're wasting money. So all of that will happen. So be careful. Sit tight on your finances also, and be careful. There can be a fraud, online fraud also. Okay. And any kind of court case, if you are entangled with, will give you a lot of anxiety and will not be solved, and no verdict will be there. So you might just go through all of that. So be careful, and nothing stays for forever. So just a passing phase. It will be also over. Don't worry, this shall also pass. Coming to the next sign, that is Sagittarius. For Sagittarius natives, this eclipse is happening in your 10th house zone. So this will indicate that you're going to be working on your career path. Now you want to gain that success. You want to be on that mode where you are getting connected with your people. So you're getting clarity actually. Ego will not help you. You have to have a good bonding with your own colleagues, with your seniors, with your bosses, and you have to work on your performance also. So you have to put a little extra effort. There can be that you get another job now, some new openings coming your way. And of course, it has to be only through the hard work, and the luck is not going to be just, suddenly, that wand will be there and, you just get that success. It's not going to happen that way. So you have to be very focused on how you can enhance and upgrade yourself, your social status, how you can be working through the relationship at the workplace, how you can have good company, good people around you, so that you are going to be experiencing something positive also. Practice yoga, do things which are going to be giving you some good, physical health, creativity also. Don't make any impulsive expenditures right now. It's not going to help you. And Mars and Ketu are in your 11th house. So this will bring about some new clothes. You might just buy new clothes. You might just attempt for the efforts to success. This will retain your mental poise, patience, courage, endurance, and motivation. The only issue is that you will lack that courage to make decisions now. And you might just make wrong decisions as far as your work is concerned, because it's the 10th house. Your karma is a house of your karma, right? So you have to be taking good care of your behavior. Don't be unkind to people. Recite Hanuman Chalisa, pray to Lord Vishnu during this time, and worship Lord Hanuman also. That will be giving you some relief. Ketu is in your 11th house, and Ketu in the 11th house gives, 1 second, I'll tell you. Okay. These are the notes that, I'm reading from. So Ketu will give you profits through the foreign countries. It's good. And journeys also. Maybe through, maybe you'll be going for a holy place. You'll be visiting a holy place during this time. So that is good. If you do that, you definitely will feel relieved. Coming to the next sign, that is, you feel quite, serene places. If you visit, you feel very calm yourself. Okay, Capricorn. So for Capricorn natives, this is in your 9th house, which is, your luck house. And it is going to be giving you on the professional front some progressive gains and some foreign collaborations also. You might be thinking, because Rahu and Ketu are involved here, right? We must understand that eclipses means Rahu and Ketu energy is predominant. So this is going to be giving you foreign collaborations, monetary gains, business prospects, new avenues will open. You might just be feeling quite uneasy at the workplace because of the colleagues. Maybe they will conspire against you. That is something you have to work through, but it is definitely very good for social contracts, status upgrade, improvement in your learning, in your knowledge. You will be able to balance the approach towards enthusiasm as well as your argumentation. So you are argumentative side. So you will be able to balance all that. Ketu is in your 10th house. So this will be like, making you move. You can't be in one place for long. And you might perform some last rite, sorry to say that, in the family. So sorry to say that in the 9th house, 10th house, whenever Rahu, Ketu, Saturn, they look transit or something like that happens. So you have to go to the, you have to perform religious activities, but towards the last rites. So I've seen in many charts also, and in transit, whenever that has happened. Also, Mars is going to be in your 10th house, and it is going to be giving you a lot of energy at the workplace. And it will give you some bad food habits because you're traveling maybe, so you're ignoring your health. So be careful about that, but it will give you name and fame. Okay. So if you're jobless, this is a very conducive time. If you're in Mars Dasha, Ketu Dasha, Sun Dasha, not Sun Dasha, I would say, but Mercury Dasha. So this will give you upgrade in your professional rise. And of course, you can maybe have a new job also, if at all you're jobless or you're looking for a change. Coming to the next sign, that is Aquarius. For Aquarius natives, this solar eclipse is happening in your 8th house. Okay. Now, 8th house energy is about your responsibilities. Basically, you have to be very practical. You have to be very disciplined now, because this is going to be giving you some imbalance in your life, in your life at the moment, because 8th house energy is considered to be obstruction. It's considered to be hurdles, frustration. And when the solar eclipse is happening here, it will bring your chemistry and bonding with your bosses might suffer. You might just have to experience problems and complications on the home front with your in-laws. If you are unmarried, with your own people, you will have some bad debts. You will have some grief. You will have some obstruction. So to figure that out, how you can deal with it, so you have to be first analyzing on, you have to analyze your problem, where the problem lies. Don't run away from the issues. Just try to write them down or journal them or whatever you can do where you have problems written, and just strike them off one by one. Okay, this is not a big problem. This is not a big problem. And this is also a good transit for upgrading yourself in your skills, in your business. This is a good time for business, but for human beings, for the living things, your relationship with people, that might suffer, with your co-workers, with your subordinates. This might be a constant, check time on your relationship with your people around you. You might just be maybe making some wrong choices, negligence is there, and the professional commitments, you're not able to handle. So that is something that you will have to be vigilant about. Work out, eat right during this time, and don't show your cards to others. Whatever your ideas are, you should not show what you're thinking and what you're doing in your life. Mars is in the 9th house, so this brings about shortage of. It said it's not a good position here. It begins shortage of food, clothes, and there can be some body pains also that you have to go through. So you have to be cautious about your health during this time. And also Ketu is in your 9th house. So this is like, you might be having a lot of inclination to worship gods, goddesses during this time, deities. Your father might have some health issues. So be careful. Similarly, the right opposite is Rahu and Jupiter. So maybe your your brother or your sister, they might just have some complications in their life, and you have some infection also that you have to deal with, some hormonal problem or some kind of surgical issue, surgical that you have to go through. Surgery is something that I don't consider to be a bad thing, because it is going to give you relief only by the end of it. So this might bring about some holy places you will be visiting, taking a dip in the ocean, in the river, in the holy water, holy dips we call them. And also you will be learning things which are actually not going to fetch you something in the future. So you might just be deviating from your path. So stay focused. Definitely you'll be able to, attain success. Don't do anything which is not going to give you success. Your community you move around in, your people are influencing you, do this, do that, but it is not going to fetch you that kind of skill. So just maybe, you should change that now, if at all you're thinking of doing something like that. Okay. And also, you should worship Lord Hanuman, because Saturn is in your first house. Any which ways you should recite Hanuman Chalisa. You should actually donate to the people who are, in the orphanages, or their children, and old age homes. You should serve there. Okay, the seva is more important. Coming to the last sign, that is Pisces. Okay, Pisces. So what's in store for Pisces? Solar eclipse is happening over your 7th house and not in the 8th house, I must tell you. So 7th house is a good time for doing things which are related to your family, to your, okay. So this is a good time for getting connected with your family, with your partner. Don't think that you are going to be, that ego, that maybe the partner is going to get too egoistic. So you have to work on all of that as well. And, generally I have seen with the 7th house transit, unnecessary arguments will happen, which you never expected, and health issues also to the partner as well as you. So you have to be cautious about these areas. Don't have an egoistic approach in relationship, with your partner, or in your business as well as your personal life. Strike a balance between the professional goals and your personal relationships. You have to strike a balance, or maybe applies to your partner also. There can be that you have a lot of responsibility to handle now. Suddenly the workload is increasing, family members are increasing, addition is there. So you have to really, put a lot of energy and time and money, investing too much of all of that in the home front. So this is something which you are actually not able to handle. There's a lot of pressing, actually, you're pressed like a sandwich, how it is. So you feel that kind of energy. And you might just be too, when you're too much involved in a work, what happens, too many things, you tend to forget. So that forgetfulness, this eclipse is going to bring about. So just sharpen your memory, do the brain exercises from time to time, so that you don't suffer with these forgetfulness or the disease related to your head region. Okay. And some kind of defamation also can happen if you don't finish your tasks on time, your goals at the workplace on time. So make sure that you have everything set, aligned well. Also, Mars is going to be in your 8th house zone. So this brings about irritability in the relationships, but at the same time, you might have, untimely meals. And because of that, you're irritable also. Some humiliation can also take place, because it's the 8th house energy where Mars and Ketu are, and you feel very uneasy because of that. Take care of the cough, cold, breathing. Just do the pranayam, the breathing exercises. And if you have taken some loans, etc., so this might be the time that you are having some issues there. You are not able to pay off your loans and debts during this time. So just I would suggest that do Vishnu Sahasranam, hear that all the time. And also, like most of the time, and also at least once in a day, you should hear Vishnu Sahasranam, worship Lord Vishnu, and also recite Hanuman Chalisa. That is a very beautiful remedy because Mars and Ketu are in your 8th house. This might give you some health issues, dental issues, lower abdominal issues, or some kind of hormonal imbalance if you are a female counterpart. So this is what is going to be this solar eclipse about. And in a flow, I spoke so much, I don't know what all. So just follow the readings again. You can just go back and hear the readings again. And let's hope for the best. The world is actually not in a good space. So we all must pray. I am not celebrating my birthday tomorrow. For this, I'm observing no party zone. I really don't do it as it is. If I have to, I don't cut cake. I don't like to cut the cake. But surely I want to reserve this day. Every year I do that. I repeat that I'm going to be reserving this day for my audience. I will be reserving this day for prayers and, of course, with my passion, that is my astrology. So take care, everyone. Let's pray for everybody around, and whosoever is in Israel, you know how many lives have just gone. So there is no happiness quotient actually, but still I feel that, thankfully, maybe those souls have the departed souls have, quit their karma and they've left. So let's pray for them, for their onward journeys. Okay. This is the Pitru Paksh time also. So let's pray. Okay. Stay blessed, everyone. See you tomorrow. Om Tat Sat.